Breaking right now, Prince Harry is going to miss Archie's apparent birthday to go to Las Vegas. Over a decade since this happened. Wonder how Megsy baby feels about that. But first, Prince William has finally snapped. Enough is enough. He has told friends he will strip Meghan Markle of the HRH title she keeps using, defying an agreement with the late Queen Elizabeth II to no longer use the title. The Daily Beast has reported that King Charles is turning a blind eye, but King William won't. Let me take you through this reporting from Tom Sykes, who writes, Prince William will strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their HRH titles when he becomes king, after Meghan made it clear she plans to continue using the honorific, sources have told the Daily Beast. William's determined position makes a stark contrast to that of the king, who is understood not to have any appetite for a fight on the issue. A former courtier, and remember, Prince William keeps in touch with most of his former courtiers, so this matters, tells the publication, Charles might be happy to put up with this, but William won't. He loathes and despises Harry and Meghan with every bone in his body. He believes they have betrayed everything the family stands for, and the idea that they are using their royal status as a calling card will enrage him. P. Diner, royal YouTube sensation, joins me now. P. Diner, I clapped when I read this reporting from Tom Sykes because it's what I have been reporting for some time. You know, the mainstream media is so loath to pick up on this stuff now, but Tom Sykes, the European editor-at-large for the Daily Beast, who's a very well-connected man, is doing a good job on it. Because why can't we tell the truth about how William really feels about Harry and Meghan? I love this source quote. It's what sources close to William have been telling me for years. He loathes and despises Harry and Meghan with every bone in his body. He believes they have betrayed everything the family stands for. I just thought it was worth repeating that line, P. Diner.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And, we have to think about what William has gone through. He has put up with a lot around this relationship. He's tried to warn his brother about Meghan. And to his credit, everything that he thought would happen has essentially happened. So imagine William's frustration when he's tried to warn his brother about the kind of person that he sees Meghan to be, and now they're coming true, and Harry is just not listening. It's at a breaking point. He cannot move forward with his brother and allow this kind of behavior to continue. It's chipping away at the monarchy. It's chipping away at the institution and the fabric and what it means and how it's been built and for its long-term sustainability. And Meghan is slowly doing that, and it frustrates William. He tried to warn his brother, and now he has to put a stand because it's just something that Meghan has brought to America now, and slowly she is starting to get some, I believe, Americans to see things her way, and William has to put a stop to it. He's got to stop her moving forward with what she has been doing to the institution for so long now. It's an emergency at this point. It really is.
It is. It is, P. Diner. And look, I'm going to stress again, even though I don't politically agree with him on a whole load of issues, especially Islam, King Charles is in a really difficult spot. I mean, look at the front pages of all of the newspapers here in the UK today, P. Diner. This address where King Charles gave his most personal statement about the cancer battle he is facing, a message of hope, the Metro calls it. But remember, he is quoting Deborah James, take risks, love deeply. Now, Deborah James, I knew her actually, incredible woman, bowel babe. She's someone who inspired the nation, but she had terminal cancer, P. Diner. So the fact that King Charles is quoting her, I think does show where his head is at. Royal sources say there's still a lot of hope, there's lots of positivity, but remember, Lady Colin Campbell has reported on this show that King Charles's cancer is incurable. So you can understand when you've got that sort of battle going on, maybe you don't want to pick another battle. However, I agree with you, this is an emergency. And this idea, by the way, this idea that somehow Meghan Markle is following the agreement because she's not commercializing the name is complete rubbish. I mean, that is the line actually that a former courtier used to Tom Sykes. I covered the Sandringham Summit up close. It wasn't simply that they were not meant to use the HRH title to, sell crappy jams, scam jam, which can't even be called jam. No, they were not meant to use the HRH titles at all, ever.
Mhm,
End of
mhm.
story. So they're complete lies. I mean, look, the official statement, P. Dina, is still on the official royal website. So I went and just checked it. Let me read it to you. The Sussexes will not use their HRH titles as they are no longer working members of the royal family. That's it. So they're both liars and they're both scum because, okay, you can say, well, have your issues with Charles and William, but they're the ones who to this day claim to have respect for Queen Elizabeth II. No, they do not. They trample over her memory and trample over her grave on a daily basis. And that is why monarchists all around the world, not just in the UK, P. Dina, will never forgive them.
Absolutely. And it proves Megan has no respect. She has no respect for the institution, no respect for the rules that she is supposed to follow now that she is married into this family. She clearly is proving to everyone that she just doesn't care. She will do what she wants to do because guess what? There are no consequences to anything that she does. And to the point about not being able to use this just for commercial reasons. It's like if I'm someone that wants to be a doctor, I can't just put the doctor on my name. I can't just call myself Esquire. I mean, you just can't do it because you don't have that title that is valid to go with your name. And that's what Megan knew. It doesn't matter if it was commercial or not. She knew it. She doesn't respect it. And what she's trying to do, I believe, is to blur the lines between royalty in the UK and in America. Because most Americans, I hate to keep saying it, but if they don't follow this, they just see a very superficial version of this royalty that Meghan carries with her. So when she uses this HRH, they don't quite really understand that she's not supposed to use it. They see, oh, HRH, it just confirms their thoughts around royalty. And it's not about Meghan breaking rules. It's about her, oh, she's royalty. And so Meghan is doing that with clear intention because she knows she can get away with it in America secretively. And at the same time, she just doesn't care. And I think that should be, cause enough to really make consequences. This is why she continues to do these things because nothing ever happens to her.
Yeah, but by the way,
William
Peter,
has
well,
to
of
make a
course,
stand.
no consequence, but I guess the consequence is failure. The consequence is that no one wants to support her because of this. And that's what she can't get her stupid head around. Like, there's a reason Confessions of a Female Founder has dropped out of the top 100 Spotify charts, which I just find beautiful. It's hilarious. More publicity than any podcast in the world. And it's because people know she's not authentic. They don't buy into her bullshit of, I'm the nicest woman in the world. But I do just want to play, again, I always apologize. It's a very short clip, but just bear with me. I do want to play you just the moment within the Jamie Kern-Lima interview where the HRH slip is revealed, P. Dina, because I'm sorry, to say that this isn't in some way commercialized is ludicrous. It is commercialized because it's so obvious that this interview was planned, cooked up, scripted between the two of them. And you honestly think Jamie Kern-Lima, who has just degraded herself, by the way, I mean, this is a successful billionaire who's had Oprah on her show. It's like, you've degraded yourself to now become a PR and start defending the indefensible. But the idea that she would have included this is ludicrous because I really want people to watch closely. Meghan, she can't help herself, Peter. She's like, she knows what Jamie Kern-Lima is going to say. And she's almost urging her on and like finishing the script for her. Yeah. So just watch this, Peter, and I'll get you to come in after.
I remember someone else's kid falling on the playground, tons of people there. You're the first one to run over there. You don't even think about it. It's like you're over there, you're taking care of that child, like right away. I've seen you do this in multiple places. You know, you speak of strawberries. When I was like super stressed out one time, I had in-laws and all these people visiting.
You had a very full house.
Very full house. And all of a sudden I get word that, you know,
I dropped something
all
off.
of a sudden
Yeah.
you dropped off this gift basket with ice creams, homemade strawberry sauce to put on top of the ice cream, just to see if that helps lighten my load. It was like as if you're in my shoes, feeling what I was feeling without me even needing to tell you anything. And you're doing something that adds value to my life.
Yeah.
And when I see the joy.
So it's all set up, isn't it, P. Dinah?
Oh my goodness. Yes, because that's what Megan does. This woman is a billionaire. I mean, of course she's going to do that. She wants something from this woman. She wants something from people like her. Like she doesn't do this out of the kindness of her heart for people that have been her longtime friends. I mean, we've seen how she's treated her longtime friend Nanaki. So, you know, Megan, it's just like we see right through your fake behavior, and no amount of saying how kind you are is going to make people think, oh, isn't she so kind? Because we see the dead bodies that trail behind you. We see all of the nasty things you have done. We know how you have treated your father. So, no amount of saying that you are such a good friend and saying all these nice things convinces anybody. All it does, it shows us how fake you are to people that you want something from or who you want to attach yourself to, because real kindness comes from the people who you don't want nothing from. Real sincere kindness comes from the people who could do nothing for you. It comes from the people who you've had long-term friendships with that have known you before you were even in the royal family. You know, all this kindness happens to people that have known her since she's married into the royal family. She's not showing this kindness to people who knew her when. So it doesn't really count with people like Jamie. It really counts with the other people that knew you before when you had nothing. That's where the real friendships and kindness that Megan wants to show comes from. Those people. So you don't hear those people saying, you know, Megan did this for me. Even after she became royalty, she was so kind. You don't hear those people because those people have been ghosted. So you cannot gaslight us with this podcast and say what a great person Megan is, because we have the proof that nobody in her past that knew her when is saying the things that Jamie is saying. That is what counts and matters because they're not saying it. But people like Jamie, oh yeah, because she's a new friend. That's why.
But first, we've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, now he is the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance. Some can even be harmful to your skin, he said. Recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices so that he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough. Now, one that some experts say could actually empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. He says it's almost like Photoshop for your face. You may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view. Now, his personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public. It is free. It is uninterrupted, and he outlines exactly how to use a very simple solution from home. He says if it helps even one person look or feel more confident, he will be thrilled knowing he helped. Now, you won't be surprised to know the video has gone viral. It was shared by users on Facebook first. Since then, it's racked up well over 2 million views and counting. So far, the comments and feedback, well, they've been outstanding. Thousands of women report they look decades younger. One viewer commented, "Best results of anything I've used. I can't believe how well this works. I'll never stop using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you." So you can find out more about this yourself right now. Just go to bhmd1.com/outspoken or you can just click on the link in the description box below. Let me repeat the address, bhmd.com/outspoken. Now, there is one thing Dr. Lake asks from his viewers. If watching this video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please share this video with your friends and loved ones. Together, we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So go watch the video at bhmd1.com/outspoken right now, or just click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show. Yeah, but what about Jessica Mulrooney, though? A showbiz friend who was also completely thrown under the bus the moment that there was some negative publicity. So look, we know Jamie Kern-Lima is trying to support. Yeah, you can't defend it. She's trying to excuse the inexcusable. And I mean, I just think, P. Dinah, that the consequence, I guess, is failure. And this was a massive failure for both of them. So let me show you the YouTube stats for the Jamie Kern-Lima podcast. It's had 6,543 likes. By contrast, 23,591 dislikes, 78%. Now, P. Dinah, we know YouTube very well, don't we? I mean, most of my videos get about a 99% like rate. So that is just almost like a record level of dislikes. And then the other hilarious thing, Big Dinah, and I'm not wanting to blow my own trumpet, but just using it as an example, my analysis of the interview has more views than the interview itself, which is extraordinary, especially given the way the algorithm works, right?
Right. Yes. This is just going downhill. Meghan does not hold any weight. She cannot bring people to have an interest in, truly an interest of what they're trying to, garner from this interview. That they're not getting. They're getting the people that just look at Meghan and think the audacity. These are the people like us that are watching this. But the true people that Meghan is trying to hit and get to, they're not watching this because Meghan's, she's just going down. And she really is. It's so pathetic. It's sad that you have to toot your own horn around this interview, Meghan, to make people believe that you are like this raw, vulnerable, nice person. And we know you're not. And people are just not going to follow you in the authentic way you want them to. It's sad, it's pathetic, it's not going to get her what she wants. And it's for us, it's just the audacity. I sit and watch her all the time and think, girl, you don't even understand. It is not going to get better for you. You have hit the road and this is the dead end. I mean, I don't know what she thinks she's going to get from doing this interview. I mean, the numbers tell you everything you need to know, right? So, I mean, Meghan at this point, she needs to just pack her suitcases and she just needs to maybe go back to the UK or just humble herself,
No thanks.
disappear.
Don't even
Well,
suggest.
yeah, I know that.
Don't even go there, girlfriend.
I know.
No way. That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, Harry is packing his bags for a bizarre return to Las Vegas. So let me take you through this story. There it is reported in the Times. Prince Harry to return to Vegas 13 years after notorious party. The Duke will launch a scheme to promote future youth leadership in the Nevada city, where naked photographs of him with young women emerged in 2012. Now, this was actually revealed exclusively by People magazine, of course, because People magazine did it in a way that Harry wanted without mentioning the naked billiards and all of that. And so this is because he's taking part in a conversation hosted by Dr. Tessie Ojo. She is the CEO of the Diana Award, which is the only charity that bears the name of Princess Diana. The event, which is part of the AI platform for business transformation, ServiceNow's Knowledge 2025 conference, will launch the Diana Awards Pledge to Invest initiative, which celebrities, future leaders, and helps inspire forward-thinking businesses to support their mission. So that's like the official spin, P. Dinah. That's how it was reported in the way that Harry leaked it to People magazine. But then look at this today from The Sun. Prince Harry to miss son Archie's 6th birthday as he heads back to Las Vegas without Meghan Markle. This isn't the first time Harry has skipped Archie's birthday celebrations. Now, it's truly bizarre to me, given the type of rhetoric that they put out. But as according to Taz posted on this, he seems to miss his son's birthday every single year. Perhaps Archie wasn't actually born on the day they said, hence all the ridiculous games they played around his birth. And I would say, look, that's certainly a possibility, because we do know that there were so many games going on. But even given this is the day that he publicly celebrates the birthday, it's still a bizarre decision, even just from a PR perspective. Like, they literally are such liars. They don't even realize how bad this looks. Like, how can she be in every interview, you know, Drew Barrymore or wherever it is, saying, oh, we like to not go to certain places together so that we're always there for the child. I mean, it's just bizarre. It's just bizarre, especially given, by the way, P. Dinah, we got the truth from Meghan Markle about the fact that she's had this nanny for 5 years that drops the kids at school and, by what I'm told, does most of the hands-on work. But what do you make of the fact that Harry is going to miss Archie's birthday to return solo to the scene of the crime, Las Vegas?
I just think it speaks to the marriage. It speaks to how Meghan and Harry really are not aligned in purpose, as I always say, because Harry is trying to get away as much as he can. He's miserable living in California, and this whole image of this happy family life that Meghan wants to paint is it's just an illusion that she wants people to kind of fall for, and Harry is done with it. He is trying to rebuild his own type of life that, I mean, as best he can, because Meghan has essentially destroyed everything that this man has had that was his. And so I think it says a lot that he's not going to be there with the family, and he makes it sound, or I think Meghan wants it to sound like the world is against them. It's against them, but really, you know, everyone is against Meghan, and Harry sees that Meghan is not well liked, and he's done with it. I think for him, he's exhausted. He's emotionally drained from it all. His father is very ill. He has no relationship with his brother. I mean, where is the true love in his life? He doesn't have that feeling that he needs to feel like he needs to be at home. He's aloof. He doesn't have any stability right now. He's emotionally a wreck. This is an escape for him, and he needs to do it for his own sanity. So it speaks to what I've been saying, you know, on my channel. This man is no longer aligned with Meghan and what she's trying to say and do out in the public realm. He is broken, okay? This is an escape for this man, and he needs to do it. I mean, he loved going to Vegas. This was for him a great time in his life, and he wants to get some of that back again. I mean, we've seen when he's not with her how happy he is. He looks completely different than when he is with her. And you know, I just think this marriage is going down before our eyes, and we see it, and we're going to watch it get to a very explosive end, because this is exactly what is to be expected. When you see a marriage slowly breaking apart, you see this more and more. Meghan doesn't do anything to support Harry anymore, but he's there to support her so that she can try to make money like the Times 100. But Meghan doesn't come to support him. Did she come to the aviation award with Harry? No. I mean, this woman, I'm telling you, has made this man a shell of himself. And this Vegas trip, that speaks a lot. And it's also the connection to his mother still. So yeah, Harry he's telling us a lot by not really saying it, but in what he is actually doing, he's saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it is bizarre behavior. I guess he could counter saying, well, yes, it had to be this day. You know, the conference was only going to be this day. That is, of course, a possibility. But I just wish they would stop preaching about what great parents they are. That's what angers me.
Thank you.
It's like, it's okay to be a working parent and to want to put your work first, but you're so preachy and then your actions never back it up anyway. So why make all of us feel bad when actually you are basically someone that is prepared to put work and money before your children all the time, and you're not particularly hands-on
Absolutely.
parents.
Absolutely. I mean, it's for people that don't even want their children to be seen. You certainly talk about them all the time. So, I mean, why are you even doing that? They're just so confused. They are so lost. They are trying to find their way in front of all of us. They are trying to find their way, and it is a colossal just mistake for them to just play all this out in the public eye because I mean, no one understands what they're trying. What are they trying to do? Like, what do you think's going to happen now? You're going
And
to
also, look,
start
we
getting the
saw their
film?
faces anyway. So these are all
Yeah.
such ludicrous games. It's a game.
Yes.
And why are you playing a game with your children on social media when you claim that's the most dangerous thing in the world to do?
Right, yeah. We've seen them and now you don't want us to see them. You say all you're talking about your kids all the time. You're just a mess with everything. And you know who ends up paying? The children. Because later they're going to see how this is going to, I think, affect them later. Absolutely. Because they're creating this mystique around their children and, with these titles and the just how she is so pretentious with these children is going to, I think, affect them later with people who are probably going to end up bullying these children because they're going to get the brunt of all the games Harry and Meghan are playing now with the children. They're going to get the backlash when they get older. It's not a good thing. I think it's in a somewhat some little, I don't know, way. It's like almost a type of abuse, almost how what they're doing with these children. It's just leave your children out of it. Don't talk about them. Don't show them. Just try to do you, but you can't because you're confused. You don't know what you're doing. And it's really sad when innocent minds have to come into these adult games. I think that is not okay. It really isn't because not there are a lot of mean people out there, and I can only imagine what they're doing and saying about Harry and Meghan, let alone their children and the games they're playing with them. It's not good.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't. Of course, P. Dinah, this week we had again this lie perpetuated by Meghan Markle that she never looks at social media, that she never reads anything in the mainstream media. We know it's rubbish because every single thing this woman does on her social media is to counteract a story that she has seen in either the mainstream media or social media. And perhaps the most sort of psychopathic example of that was that Catherine and William have this gorgeous 14th wedding anniversary, and Catherine comes out in skinny jeans. And so, lo and behold, Meghan immediately overnight decides to make a video dressed in a very English manner with skinny jeans. I mean, here it is, Pete Dinah, and it's like, you really want us to believe this is a coincidence? Like, do you think we're stupid?
These are the games she plays, and it just proves to you that this whole podcast with Jamie was a response to
Mm-hmm.
everything that she sees out online. Otherwise, why would you do it? Meghan is trolling Catherine, and this is why she tries to be relatable. And then we look at her and we're like, no, because look what you're doing with Catherine. You are so obsessed with this woman that
Welcome back to the channel. Today's royal discussion is packed with headlines that have reignited debate among royal watchers on both sides of the Atlantic. Reports suggest that Prince William could take a much tougher approach toward Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in the future, particularly regarding the continued use of royal titles. At the same time, Meghan's latest public appearances continue to divide opinion, while Prince Harry's upcoming trip to Las Vegas has sparked another round of questions online. As always, it's important to separate confirmed facts from opinion. Much of what we'll be discussing today comes from media reports and commentary from royal observers, so let us know your own thoughts in the comments below. Let's get started. According to recent reporting from the Daily Beast, sources claim that Prince William intends to take a firmer position on the use of the HRH title once he eventually becomes king. The report suggests that while King Charles is believed to have little interest in reopening disagreements surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's royal status, William may view the issue very differently. The report quotes unnamed sources who describe William as deeply frustrated by what they see as repeated challenges to agreements made following Harry and Meghan's departure from royal duties. These claims have not been confirmed by Kensington Palace, but they have generated significant discussion across royal media. Many royal commentators argue that the issue is bigger than just a title. They believe it concerns the long-term credibility of the monarchy and whether rules should be applied consistently to everyone within the royal family. Supporters of this view point to the statement released following the Sandringham Summit in 2020. That statement explained that Harry and Meghan would no longer use their HRH styles because they were no longer working members of the royal family. However, recent conversations surrounding Meghan's podcast interview have revived debate over whether that understanding has been fully respected. Some commentators argue that references to the HRH style, even in informal settings, create confusion for the public. Others disagree entirely, saying the issue has been exaggerated and that there are far more important matters facing the royal family than disputes over titles. Whatever side people take, one thing is clear: this remains one of the most divisive subjects in modern royal reporting. Royal commentator P. Dina also weighed in on the discussion, arguing that Prince William has likely reached a point where he believes stronger action may eventually be necessary. According to her analysis, William has spent years watching tensions between the brothers grow while seeing repeated public criticism directed toward the monarchy. Those experiences could influence how he approaches constitutional matters in the future. Again, those views represent commentary rather than confirmed insight into William's private thinking, but they echo opinions shared by several royal analysts. Another important aspect of this discussion involves King Charles himself. The king has continued carrying out public engagements while undergoing treatment for cancer, and many observers believe that his current priorities understandably focus on his health and his constitutional responsibilities. Several commentators have suggested that reopening family disputes may simply not be something the king wishes to pursue at this stage. That contrast between Charles's reported approach and William's alleged position has become one of the biggest talking points in recent royal coverage. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle has once again found herself at the center of online debate following her appearance on entrepreneur Jamie Kern-Lima's podcast. The interview was intended to present Meghan in a more personal light, featuring stories about friendship, kindness, family life, and everyday experiences. During the conversation, Jamie Kern-Lima described Meghan as someone who consistently shows generosity to friends, recalling moments where Meghan delivered thoughtful gifts and checked in during stressful times. Supporters viewed the interview as an opportunity for Meghan to share a warmer, more relatable side of herself. Critics, however, were unconvinced. Many argued that the interview felt carefully planned rather than spontaneous. Some believed the praise sounded overly polished, leading critics to question whether the conversation reflected authentic friendship or carefully managed public relations. Royal commentators pointed to Meghan's previous relationships with former friends, suggesting that public perceptions are not only influenced by recent interviews, but also by earlier reports Stages of her involving
life.
people from different
Others
pasts.
pushed back against those criticisms, arguing that no public interview can fully represent someone's personal relationships, and that judging an individual's character based solely on media coverage is unfair. As often happens with Meghan, reactions were sharply divided. Another subject attracting attention has been audience engagement. Online discussions highlighted the interview's performance on YouTube, with some commentators pointing to the ratio of likes and dislikes that appeared through browser extensions and third-party tracking tools. Because YouTube no longer publicly displays dislike counts, those figures should be viewed as estimates rather than official statistics. Even so, critics argued that the interview generated far more controversy than enthusiasm among viewers. Supporters responded by pointing out that public attention itself demonstrates continued interest in Meghan, regardless of whether reactions are positive or negative. The conversation then shifted toward authenticity. Royal commentators argued that public trust is difficult to rebuild once audiences begin questioning whether interviews are carefully managed rather than naturally unfolding conversations. Others countered that virtually every high-profile celebrity interview involves preparation, making it unfair to single out Meghan for practices that are common across the entertainment industry. As always, viewers remain divided. The discussion didn't stop there. Attention quickly turned to Prince Harry and his upcoming appearance in Las Vegas. According to published reports, Harry is expected to participate in an event connected to the Diana Award, an organization established in memory of Princess Diana that focuses on supporting young people and future leaders. The event itself centers on youth leadership and charitable initiatives. However, media coverage quickly focused on another aspect of the trip. Several newspapers noted that the scheduled appearance appears to coincide with the period during which Prince Archie celebrates his birthday. That timing immediately sparked debate online. Some questioned whether work commitments should take priority over family celebrations. Others argued that without knowing the family's private schedule, it is impossible to draw meaningful conclusions from public appearances alone. It's also worth remembering that families often celebrate birthdays on different dates depending on work schedules and personal commitments. As a result, many observers cautioned against assuming that public travel automatically means private family celebrations are missed. Nevertheless, the timing became another major talking point in royal coverage. Some commentators suggested Harry's increasing number of solo appearances could reflect his desire to develop independent charitable projects. Others viewed the separate appearances by Harry and Meghan as practical scheduling decisions rather than signs of personal difficulties. Speculation surrounding their marriage continues to circulate online, but there has been no official confirmation supporting many of the claims made across social media. Even so, the differing public schedules of the Duke and Duchess continue to generate headlines. The discussion also returned to Harry and Meghan's approach to privacy. Since stepping away from royal duties, the couple have repeatedly emphasized protecting their children's privacy while occasionally sharing stories about family life during interviews and podcasts. Supporters argue that this represents a reasonable balance between maintaining privacy and sharing selected personal experiences. Critics believe the strategy sends mixed messages because the children are discussed publicly while remaining largely unseen. The debate illustrates how difficult it can be for public figures to balance openness with privacy in today's media environment. Another recurring topic involves comparisons between Meghan and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Some royal commentators claim Meghan closely follows public coverage involving Catherine and occasionally adopts similar styles or messaging. Supporters reject those suggestions, arguing that fashion choices and social media timing often produce coincidences that become overanalyzed because of the intense interest surrounding both women. Regardless of which interpretation people believe, comparisons between Catherine and Meghan continue dominating royal conversations online. The contrast between the two women remains one of the biggest drivers of engagement across YouTube channels, podcasts, and newspaper coverage. Consistent Throughout themes emerge. all of these discussions, the royal family one continues attracting extraordinary levels of public interest. Every appearance, interview, speech, and social media post quickly becomes the subject of worldwide analysis. Supporters and critics alike interpret the same events through completely different lenses, making consensus almost impossible. As for the reports concerning Prince William's future plans, only time will reveal how he chooses to approach constitutional questions if and when he becomes king. Until then, much of today's discussion remains based on media reporting, anonymous sources, and commentary rather than official announcements. That means viewers should continue evaluating new claims carefully while distinguishing verified information from speculation. One thing is certain, though. The relationship between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the wider royal family remains one of the most closely followed stories in the world. Whether the discussion centers on royal titles, public interviews, charitable work, or family appearances, interest shows no sign of slowing down. Now we'd like to hear from you. Do you believe the reported differences between King Charles and Prince William reflect two very different leadership styles? Should questions surrounding royal titles finally be settled once and for all? What did you think of Meghan's recent podcast interview? And what are your thoughts on Prince Harry's upcoming Las Vegas appearance? Share your respectful opinions in the comments below. We always enjoy reading your perspectives and hearing different viewpoints. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest royal news, analysis, and commentary. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.